Julio Cesar Chavez. Over 100 victories, titles in 3 weight divisions, he's simply El Gran Campeón Mexicano, the great Mexican champion. Many have tried to follow in his footsteps. None have succeeded. As the son of a legend, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. grew up living a life of privilege. Even as a youngster, Jr. seemed a natural to follow his father's path.
De niño sí, todo el tiempo estuve en el gimnasio con mi papá, viéndolo, siempre supe lo que era boxeo. Todo el tiempo es lo que vi toda mi vida, boxeo. Pero pues nada en serio, ¿no? Hasta ya los 16 años. Ya fue cuando le dije a mi papá que quería yo debutar profesionalmente sin hacer ninguna pelea amateur. Y él me dijo, pues quiero verte primero hacer guantes. Y fue al gimnasio a verme hacer guantes y me dijo, está bien, te voy a dejar, vamos a ver cómo te ves.
He looked good enough in the gym to turn professional. And in the ring, he showed some familiar qualities.
Left hook to the body. Oh. That was the Julio Cesar Chavez trademark.
Yo creo que al principio de mi carrera quería pelear como él, más adentro. Pero pues eso no me resultaba a mí porque yo estoy muy alto y me pegaban mucho.
Chavez Jr. immediately gained an audience, but learning on the fly, he developed slowly. He struggled to make weight and earned a reputation as being lazy. The comparisons with his father were fading.
Me sentía que no estaba avanzando. Yo creo que necesitaba algo más. No tenía la disciplina necesaria, entonces pues por eso decidí estar con Freddie Roach, porque yo sabía que yo tenía las cualidades, pero no iba por un buen camino.
I think he got the reputation also because he was always the boss. He never had, he didn't listen to anyone. He did what he wanted to do. And he needs a boss because he does need direction, but he does understand the sport of boxing, and he was a lot better boxer than I actually thought he was. Yeah, 2, 3, 4, come on.
Well, right now, you know, since this is our only 3rd fight together, we're focusing on just trying to get the basics down, just changing everything that he used to do in the past. So it's like baby steps, getting him used to doing things he's never done before.
Lo más importante es prepararme duro. Pues me he dado cuenta que sin eso no se puede hacer nada en el mundo, así seas hijo de quien seas o sea lo que sea. Si no tienes disciplina, no te preparas duro y no te sacrificas, nunca vas a lograr nada en el boxeo.
Go, come on. And when he came here, his work ethic was great. He never said no to me. He still hasn't to this day. We condition, we'll win this fight.
Right? Kick my ass.
Once I get him in the gym, he's 100%. Someone told me he's just trying to impress you. I said, well, keep doing it, because that's what he's doing.
Many fighters turn to boxing out of necessity, a need for money. Some are searching for fame and fortune. Others are simply trying to forge their own path.
Yo tengo hambre de ser alguien en la vida porque no quiero estar siempre ser hijo de Julio César Chávez y vivir de lo que él hizo. Yo quiero hacer mi propia historia, me estoy esforzando. Creo que tengo la sangre en mis venas de un gran peleador. Y creo que poco a poco he ido rompiendo expectativas y cada día he demostrado mejores cosas.
Let's take a look at the tail of the tape for tonight's main event. Sebastian Speak and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Slight height advantage for Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Speak weighed in at 158 3/4 pounds, rehydrated to 165 on our unofficial scales. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. on our unofficial scales has rehydrated from 160 pounds all the way up to 180. Weight wasn't a problem for Speak. In fact, he was sipping water during our fighter meetings. With his Hall of Fame father, the great Julio Cesar Chavez leading the way, Jr. comes into the arena here at Staples Center in Los Angeles. Julio Cesar Chavez was 23 years old when Jr. was born. He already won a title. Said, I grew up watching my dad's style. I saw all the great times, and I want that. But I know it's going to take hard work to get it. To the ring goes Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. with his 42 wins and 30 knockouts. Turned 25 back on February the 16th. Matt, he's going for the middleweight belt. Let's take a look at the middleweight picture.
We see the belt holders, Sturm, good jab, good solid, pretty long career at this point. Dmitry Pirog, the best of this group. Spectacular knockout win over American prospect Danny Jacobs here on HBO. Speed, you see his belt is on the line tonight. The strip from Sergio Martinez, who is the real middleweight champ. And there he is. You know how I know he's middleweight champ? He beat Kelly Pavlik, who beat Jermaine Taylor, who beat Bernard Hopkins. Really simple. Gennady Golovkin. He is, if you talk to boxing insiders, the guy with the best chance to beat Sergio Martinez in the middleweight division. He was a very good amateur. He's a very good pro. They're trying to bring him over to the United States now. And Julio Jr., of course, you're about to see.
And there is 29-year-old Sebastian Spieth. Very soft-spoken. Son of parents who sold cars in a small town in East Germany. Started at the age of 10 boxing. Too small to play soccer. Said it was cold outside. I was looking for an indoor sport. So I tried boxing and fell in love with it. His first fight in the United States, he says he's very proud to be doing it, and it's a special experience. And Max, it's been a long time.
Spieth is a typically fundamentally sound Eastern European fighter with a deep amateur background. And you can see that everything he does is muscle memory from an early age. Interesting thing about his opponent tonight, Chavez Jr., as Roy points out, without that amateur background, it still all seems to be muscle memory. Inherited muscle memory, maybe.
Time for the introductions for our main event. Here's Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin the official introductions, on behalf of the promoters, HBO Sports and Staples Center, at this time we would like to acknowledge a gentleman in the ring who is indeed a boxing legend. In his fighting career, he captured 6 world championship bouts in 3 different divisions. His victory totals 107, 89 knockouts. He is recognized as one of the greatest fighters in boxing history, and in 1 week, he will be inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, the former super featherweight champion of the world, the former lightweight champion of the world, and former super lightweight world champion, damas y caballeros, el más grande, campeón mexicano, Julio Cesar Chavez. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Staples Center, Los Angeles, California, USA. This is the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBC Middleweight Championship of the World. Presented by Bob Arum's Top Rank Boxing in association with Zanfer Promotions and Universum Main Events. Sponsored by Tecate, Cerveza con Carácter, and sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission, Chairman John Frierson, Vice Chairman Dr. Christopher Giza, Executive Director George Dodd. WBC President Jose Suleiman. At ringside, the 3 judges scoring this bout, Raul Caiz Jr., John Keane, and Steve Morrow. And inside the ring, in charge of the action, your referee, Jack Reese. And now, for the thousands in attendance here at Staples Center and the millions watching around the world, from the USA to Germany to Mexico, ladies and gentlemen, meine Damen und Herren, damas y caballeros, let's get ready to rumble! Fighting out of the red corner, wearing red with gold, official weight 160 pounds. His professional record, 42 victories without a defeat, 1 draw, 1 no contest, and he has 30 KO victims. Damas y caballeros de Culiacan, Sinaloa, Mexico, the undefeated challenger, the WBC Silver Belt Middleweight Champion, the son of the legend, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Und jetzt, meine Damen und Herren, ladies and gentlemen, in the blue corner, wearing black, red, and gold, officially weighing 158 3/4 pounds. His professional record, a perfect one. 30 fights, 30 victories, including 10 KOs. From Hamburg, Germany, introducing the reigning, defending, undefeated WBC Middleweight Champion of the World, Sebastian Zbik.
Everybody out except Chief second only, everybody else out. All right, since you both understand English very well, that's what I'm going to speak primarily. First, both of your trunks are a little bit high, so this is the line right here, okay? Listen and obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Fight hard, fight clean, touch them up, and good luck.
We're here to see if Julio Jr. is closer to Ken Griffey Jr. or to Dale Berra, Yogi's son, who did make it to the majors, but didn't exactly make anyone forget about his dad. Chavez is in the majors now. The question is, can he perform at an all-star level?
He'll be tested tonight against the belt holder, Sebastian Zbik. Zbik not a huge puncher. His 10 knockouts, his 32 professional wins. 209 rounds as a pro. Chavez Jr., 194 rounds as a pro. More than half of his knockouts, his 30 knockouts, have come within the first 2 rounds. 8 in the first, 8 in the second.
Chavez weighed in at 180 pounds today. Zbik only at 165. But Zbik looks bigger and stronger, Roy, than I'm used to seeing him.
He looks a lot bigger, a lot stronger than he usually looks, and than he usually is. But the thing for him is he has to try to use his quickness early, stay away from Chavez's power shots, and try to make this a long fight and win on points. For Chavez, I think Chavez has to go in, take his time, wear Zbik down with the body shots, and try to overcome late in the fight. But Speak does have a big amateur background, and this could make for a difficult task for Chavez Jr.
Speak was pretty good so far.
Work out of there.
One of the things before Chavez Jr. did before getting with Freddie Roach, who's predominantly an inside fighter like his father, they're working on trying to fight both ways, outside and inside, outside being the key here tonight. I asked Freddie Roach yesterday during the fighter meetings, can you make that many changes in such a short time? They've only been together for 3 fights. He said, we're making progress, but it's still a work in progress. Double hooks to the body. Chavez Jr. touched Speak with a right hand.
Everyone talks about the Chavez hook to the body, Chavez Sr. and Jr. But there's always also that very good Chavez straight right hand, Sr. and Jr., that Jr. just threw and landed.
And you also have to realize that he should take Speak's punches a little bit better than Speak will take his, because he's 15 pounds heavier than Speak. Not that Speak is a big puncher anyway, though.
Chavez Jr. on the counter after Speak landed a nice combination. Hit to the body from Chavez Jr.
You know, there's also the ability to connect with the audience, with the crowd. And you hear the crowd roar with real passion when Chavez Jr. connects. They have connected with him and he with them.
Well, Speak has about 30 to 40 family members and friends that have made the trip from Germany. But it's purely a road game for him. End of round 1. Bring up your legs.
A little more head movement, okay? A little more head movement going into the combination.
Close?
Yeah, yeah. Now don't forget the right hook also. Both sides, okay?
Okay, when he comes on, just answer and press him. That was good. Great. Great beginning. Okay, keep on working.
According to CompuBox in round number 1, Speak landed 62% of his power shots, 21 of 34. He was 30 of 72. Chavez Jr. 11 of 49 total. 1 of 10 jabs. Speak digs in after Chavez throws a combination. What should Chavez Jr. be doing right now, Roy?
Well, he got to figure out a way to get this jab off of him. Speak has quick hands, and he's landing a lot of good jabs on Chavez that shouldn't be happening. Chavez wants to make it a fight, which he's doing a good job of, but if he's going to make it a fight, he should go ahead and stay close and make it a good fight.
Well, part of the issue may be that Freddie and others think that given Chavez's size, he should fight from the outside, but Roy, as you point out, Speak is 5 pounds over the middleweight limit. Chavez 5 pounds over the light heavyweight limit. Maybe he needs to alter that game plan and impose his size.
That's what he has to do. If he doesn't do that, it's going to be a long night for him, because Speak has very quick hands for a middleweight.
And that's what Speak told us yesterday when we met with him. He said, I'm faster than Chavez Jr.
And he's not a knockout puncher, so what you have here is a classic boxer versus a classic puncher. And that puncher has to make sure he makes it a punching fight and not a boxing match. I don't like the fact that Chavez is allowing Speak to back him up so much either.
Speak fighting much more aggressively than I've seen him in the past.
He told us yesterday that he changed because he was the head guy in training now, so maybe this is part of that change he's made. But that 15 pounds, we still have to see how that comes into play.
Right on the belt line was that punch.
Don't hold his head and hit him either.
Very good reaction from the ref.
Ready?
Yeah, because Jack Reese told him before the fight, you're both wearing your trunks a little high. Here's the belt line. And that was right on the belt line. It was close, but not brutal.
It was a little low, and he turned to Chavez Jr. and said, you know what, a little low.
Good body combination by Chavez Jr. and Speak holding the back of the head of Chavez Jr. there. Now he lifts off the combination. In some of these close fights that Speak has had, it's been outworked, and he's carrying a pretty good work rate right now. Chavez Jr. picking up the pace here in round number 2.
Got a nice fight on our hands here.
Yes, we do. Chavez Jr. is doing exactly what he needs to do. Turn this thing into a fight, not a boxing match. He cannot probably win his boxing match against a fighter with 180-something amateur fights. Like that, he's waiting. That's when he gets caught.
Speak hooks to the body. Chavez Jr. digs to the body while Speak's holding his head. Now Speak fires off the counter combination.
Chavez Jr. cut.
Tune in to the next HBO sports documentary, McEnroe Borg, Fire and Ice. It's a look back at the hyper-intense John McEnroe and the ultra-low-key Bjorn Borg, and how these men came to admire and respect each other along the way. June 18th on Boxing After Dark, 20-year-old Mexican sensation Canelo Alvarez defends his 154-pound title against Ryan Rhodes, plus 130-pound matchup, Adrian Broner and Jason Litzau.
Hold his head and hit, okay. I'm going to warn him about the low.
Yeah.
But he's holding it.
Okay. Yeah.
Be very alert. A little bit more water. Okay, and go for the body.
Here we see Speak come off of a Chavez hook to the body with a right uppercut, followed by a short left hook. And luckily, he's not a big puncher, but also that 15 pounds helps Chavez Jr. take those shots a little bit better.
And you heard referee Jack Reese talking in both corners and said to Speak, you got to stop holding behind the head, and I'll warn the other guy about the low blows. Some of that is a result of Speak holding.
It's good refereeing so far in this fight.
Excellent.
Good left hook to the body by Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
And this is what he has to do. He has to fight this guy and not try to box him.
I really like what Chavez is doing so far. When Speak is trying to hold his head or going upstairs, Chavez is concentrating both hands, sustained body attack.
I think that's in his DNA.
We're in Los Angeles, California, the Staples Center. Bob Papa, Max Kellerman, Roy Jones ringside. Sebastian Speak defending his 160-pound title against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Earlier tonight, Mikey Garcia stopped Rafael Guzman in the 4th round with a knockout. Shot landed by Speak there.
Yeah, Chavez is not faring well when he's waiting and allowing Speak to attack first. I wish he would go on the attack first if he were going to try to take this title from Speak. I think Speak is the type of guy that's pretty much in good condition, and I think he can keep this up all night long. So Chavez has to change this somehow.
Chavez Jr. does not fight like a guy who grew up in Rolls Royces, that's for sure. He behaves like a real fighter in there when he gets hit. He throws right back.
Once again, I think that's in his DNA too.
Yeah, although he's not getting hit by a big puncher.
Not at all.
Good combination by Speak. Throttles back the head. And Chavez Jr. says once more. And now Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. opens up on his own. Speak blocking a lot of it despite the crowd's ovation.
Speak doing some very good work this round.
And you also saw the one missing element in Speak's game, the lack of power. He landed a bunch of clean shots, and Chavez never even buckled.
But he also can do that, and you can say that Chavez never buckled, but it's a lot harder to hurt a guy 15 pounds heavier. I like the fact that Chavez blew up so big, but it could hurt him because he's throwing all power shots. Speak is throwing speed, quick punches. If he can last 12 rounds, he may be able to outpunch Chavez.
According to CompuBox, Chavez has only thrown 28 jabs in the fight to this point. Speak has thrown 98. They exchange big shots. Speak holds on. Entertaining round 3.
At the end, you did it extremely well. Keep on doing it.
Your head, okay? Very good. Combinations, move your head, okay? You can't stand in front of them, okay?
Use the double hook. And there is Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. watching anxiously as his son gets ready for round 4.
And he sees Chavez land a left hook, but Speak followed a right uppercut. Speak followed with an own right uppercut, a left hook of his own, then a straight right of his own. Then he came back with a 1-2 down the middle, and a hook right hand down the middle, and another right hand. Speak is definitely trying to win this fight.
As we start round 4, let's check in with our unofficial ringside scorer, Harold Lennerman.
Okay, Bob. I got a 2-1, 29-28, Sebastian Speak. You know, Bob, I gave Sebastian rounds 1 and 3. I thought he outworked Julio in those rounds. I love the way he backs the guy up. I mean, he's fighting a guy 180 pounds and he's backing him up. Look at that. Whacks him with a real big right hand. You know, I just don't understand Julio's strategy in this fight. He's fighting head-to-head. He's so much bigger. I mean, I would like to see him fight outside, but he wants to fight head-to-head, toe-to-toe, and Speak is beating him. 2-1, Sebastian Speak.
I think, actually, this is an example of, you know, a counterintuitive situation. Chavez does have the longer reach, Roy, but I don't know if he's better off from the outside. Speak has the faster hands and is the more seasoned fighter.
He's not better off on the outside. He's much better off on the inside because he's landing some beautiful body shots with both hands, and this is the type of work that he has to have to try to wear Sebastian Speak down later in the fight. If he stays outside, Speak's picking him apart.
When Chavez concentrates on the body, he's having his best success.
And it's starting to show on Speak when you watch him walk back to the corner.
Meanwhile, you hear in the corner, Freddie Roach telling Chavez Jr., move your head, you can't stand in front of this guy. If you can't stand in front of this guy, who can you stand in front of? 10 knockouts in 30 fights, outweighed by 15 pounds.
Speak works that jab.
Now we see Chavez trying to use the reach and the size from the outside. Let's see if it's successful.
He's only thrown 39 jabs total in the fight to this point.
Yeah, I don't like his outside work because Speak is a smaller guy. Speak has the quicker hands. Why don't you just go ahead and go inside and land the big punches on him, and so we can see some wear and tear in the future on Speak.
What do you think of Chavez's footwork from the outside, Roy?
It's not that good. I mean, he's not counting because that's not his style.
Eats another 3-punch combination.
These shots are not hurting him now, but as you know, over the course of a fight, if you continue to get caught with the same punches, they will start to show up.
I mean, it's so glaringly obvious that Chavez's best work is to the body. That left hook to the body moments ago moved Speak.
And it's wearing Speak down, but he got to keep it up.
Final seconds of round number 4. Earlier this evening on the undercard, Christy Martin made her return to the ring as she squared off against Dakota Stone. Martin, who was involved in a horrific domestic dispute with her husband back in November, shot and stabbed, comes back into the ring and drops Dakota Stone early in the fight. But Martin hurts her right hand and cannot continue with a broken hand, and they stop the fight. You can see the damage done to her right hand, so Dakota Stone wins. Then U.S. Olympian from 2004, Vanes Martirosyan taking on Saul Roman, and Martirosyan went down, stunned the crowd. Wild fight, but Martirosyan was able to come back and take out Roman in the 7th round. Turned on the power, 2 knockdowns. Martirosyan dealing with a cut under his right eye. Wild fight, but Vanes Martirosyan gets his 30th win and his 19th stopout, 2:58 of round 7. And we begin round number 5. Sebastian Speak, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
seems as though even with the crowd going wild every time Chavez Jr. does something, that Speak is building up a real lead here on the cards. Speak's only been down once as an amateur or pro to the best of our knowledge, and he's never lost a pro fight.
Well, I don't think Chavez Jr. was really here to win a decision. I think he strictly wanted a knockout anyway, so he's doing great body work. He just had to learn and figure out how to defend against some of these headshots, because if he doesn't, his eyes are going to start to swell up sooner or later. There's a lot of redness around his left eye now.
Speak just keeps kind of working. I mean, he's thrown, you know, almost 100 more punches through the first 4.5 rounds. He's landing at 50%. He's landing his power shots at 63%. And he's used his jab.
Yeah, it's not just that Chavez doesn't look so good tonight, and he doesn't so far. It's that Speak looks quite good.
And this is a step-up fight for both guys, really.
Those body shots really are wearing on Speak though.
Boy, Speak, you can see one of the reasons why he only has 10 knocks. He doesn't really turn over the punches, does he?
No, he doesn't commit to his punches, but the bad thing about it is, with him not committing to his punches, the longer the fight goes, the worse it becomes for him. Because Chavez commits to every punch, and the more the fight goes on, the more Speak's gonna get hit too. So if he doesn't do enough damage right now, it's gonna hurt him later on.
Stop, stop.
This is clearly the best I've ever seen Speak. And even though he only has 10 knockouts, he is hitting Chavez flush in the face with a lot of good, crisp shots.
And they're harder shots than they seem to be, too.
And it's only the 5th round.
Yep. Maybe that one-on-one training helped.
It seems to.
He said he changed a lot of things.
Chavez hooks to the body, hooks again to the body. Gets around that right elbow of Speak.
The main difference I'm seeing in Speak is he's not just throwing ones and 1-2s, he's putting long combinations together.
And he's coming forward. But he's
Although Chavez had some success just then, the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, that was a very good right hook to the body.
Well, he did say, Speak told us this is the best you're going to see me, but he eats a right hand that wobbles him near the end of round 5, and he acknowledges the punch as he walks back to his corner.
That was good. Just don't tense up too much. Just stay relaxed. He is even more tired than Lua, so don't pay any attention to that.
Hooking to the head. It's going to be the 6th.
See Chavez come with a left hook to the head, followed by overhand right to the chin. Great shot right on the chin. I think that punch might have hurt Speak. See him again with the left hook lead, followed by the overhand right. It wasn't a straight right, it kind of came over the top of the glove, but it did hurt Speak.
Now we begin round number 6. In the scheduled 12-rounder, Sebastian Speak, putting his 160-pound title on the line against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. No knockdowns at this point in the fight.
I think that right hand at the end of the round for Chavez Jr. could be a pivotal moment in this fight. Not because he hurt Speak, but because he saw that he could hurt Speak with that shot.
You're exactly right, Max. And I think it's from those body shots starting to show up. I think the body shots are the reason that he was able to hurt Speak with a headshot.
In other words, that same right hand earlier in the fight doesn't hurt him.
No, it didn't. But that hurting from that punch was a product of those body shots. Speak seems to be getting a little tired now.
Another body shot from Chavez Jr.
You see Speak with the upper body. His hands are still moving like they were, but his footwork doesn't look the same as it did earlier in the fight.
No, it doesn't, and it's not smart for him to stand here and fight toe-to-toe with Chavez like this. This is what Chavez is bred to do. I mean, I know they're trying to make him a boxer, but this is truly what he is. Speak was doing much better when he was outside boxing. Why would he lay in here with Chavez is crazy to me.
Hey, oh, stop. Don't use that elbow. You all right? No problem? Watch the elbow, okay? Right.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that, Roy, because Speak has thrown 90 more jabs in this fight, and he's used that to open things up, and now he's staying right in the wheelhouse of Chavez Jr.
With a cruiserweight.
I mean, these guys are going at it, boy. They are going at it.
Yeah, they are. But it's in Chavez's DNA to get stronger as this goes on. It's not necessarily in Speak's DNA to do that.
And that time Speak created some distance, but he left out the jabs.
Yeah, but you know he's tired because now you see his footwork is not the same. He's not moving once Chavez advances him now. Early in the fight, he was taking a step back when Chavez was advancing him. Now you see he's not really doing that. See that?
And I was going to say, I thought that last sequence really illustrated where he half-heartedly threw 2 jabs and moved in slowly, Roy.
Yeah, he's starting to show fatigue. And like Max said, Chavez has confidence from hurting him in the round before. So now he feels like all he has to do is land a great combination or a great punch behind a great combination, and he got it.
Can feel a little momentum turning around here with Chavez Jr. starting to walk down Speak. Well, Roy, the body shots, maybe they're starting to pay dividends. Chavez Jr. really digging hard to the body. Kind of slowing down the footwork of Speak. Punishing body shots, both with the right and the left hand in the balance of this fight. Which takes us to punch zone. And we take a look at Sebastian Speak, and you see the body shots. That left hand 28 times is landed by Chavez Jr. 15 with the right hand. And he's done good work to the body with 43 connects of the 98 to the body. Whereas on the other hand, Speak has only landed 15 body shots according to Punch Zone.
You said 28 to 15. You said left side where the 28 is. That's that beautiful left hook to the body that's bred into Chavez Jr.
Wipe his head with the water.
As we start round number 7, once again, we check in with Harold Lederman.
Okay, Bob. You know, sometimes I swear to God, I think I'm watching 2 billy goats fighting, you know, they're head-to-head butting each other. But anyway, I've got a 3-3, 57-57. But like you said, the momentum is changing because Julio Cesar Chavez definitely won rounds 5 and 6. He hurt him in the 5th. And in the 6th round, Sebastian Speak really looked tired. His mouth is wide open. Julio's working him down, hurting him to the body. And, you know, he's really taking control of this fight. So at this point, 3 rounds apiece, 57-57.
You know, 2 fights ago against Domenico Spada in Germany, Speak won a unanimous decision, but he faded late. As Spada came on late in that fight, you wonder if he's got enough left in the tank here as Chavez Jr. just keeps working that body.
He better not fade here late tonight. Good body shot by Speak.
Clubs a couple right hands. Chavez blocked some of it.
He's crazy for laying in there. Speak is with Chavez, as big as Chavez is.
You know, even as Chavez is maybe turning the tide of the war, I'm not sure that he's winning these battles. You know, even in the last round, Chavez did better work. Did he do enough to win the round? Still got hit a bunch.
Yeah, he's getting hit a bunch because it's a different style for him. You know, he's not really the boxer anyway. He's a puncher, and he knows getting hit is part of his game. So for him, it's good to get hit because it's making Speak continue to work.
So long as he can actually stop Speak late in this fight. Otherwise, he may be losing too many rounds.
Exactly.
Well, you know, that's the interesting thing about scoring, and a lot of times, you know, fans, maybe that are newer to the sport, don't really understand the scores for each round are handed in. It's mutually exclusive. It's not as if at the end the judges sit back and say, I thought this guy won or that guy won. A like round 2 was a round Harold gave to Chavez Jr. Numerically, it was very lopsided in Speak's favor. If you looked at the busyness and the accuracy as opposed to the hard punches, you could have given that round to Speak. When you start adding it up later, Max, you come up with a different score than you even feel watching it.
Right.
Speak gets knocked back. Chavez Jr. opening up. Good left hand to the body. Right hand inside. Speak looks at the referee.
Speak may be discouraged because he hit Chavez Jr. with everything but the kitchen sink, and Jr. walked through it to hurt him. Or at least land.
Another thunderous body shot from Chavez Jr. End of 7.
Don't wait, don't wait. Another 4 rounds to go. Stay relaxed. Breathe deeply.
You have to maintain the pressure. I know it's difficult, but maintain it. Press it. Dig down deep. This is your opportunity right here.
Right here you see Chavez on the attack with that hook right hand. You see a hook followed by a straight right on the top, right at the top of the head of Speak. He comes back right with the same combination again. Hook right hand because it's landing. Hook right hand again, and he landed it all 3 times. Not good for Speak.
Both of you guys clean it up. Get off his head and you bring it up a little bit. Box.
Round number 8 begins. At the end of the last round, as Speak walked back to his corner, he took a deep breath and a big sigh. The body work of Chavez Jr. paying dividends.
And meanwhile, in the other corner, Freddie Roach exhorting Chavez Jr. on, saying, I know it's tough, you got to dig deep. It's a very tough fight for both fighters.
He said, this is your opportunity here.
And Speak is not going to the body at all, which is not good for him. He could take some of this off of Chavez's punches by going to the body, but he's not doing so. And Chavez Jr. is staying in his body. Beautiful body work by Chavez Jr.
Max, how many times have we seen guys like Speak who are talented, good boxers, but they just lack that power? Some of the punches that he was able to unload on early, another guy could have ended the fight, and instead it goes on, and the stronger guy just breaks you down.
Well, we see it a lot, especially because in this day and age, if boxing finds a ticket seller, the promoters are very careful with him. And so they put him in against guys who can't punch.
Good left hook to the body.
That really hurt Speak too.
Yeah. The frequency of the Speak jab has diminished too over the course of this fight.
They both tried quick right hands moments ago. Speak's landed because Chavez's left hand is by his knee.
Cuffing right hand from Speak to the ear of Chavez Jr., who throws another left hook to the body.
He does not vacate that body attack, I'll tell you that much. Oh, that hurts Speak. You heard him breathe way over here. And Speak still landing some beautiful headshots, just that he's not a power puncher.
Pro-Chavez crowd trying to urge him on for more. The body attack of Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. paying huge dividends through 8.
Get the hook to the liver. The hook to the liver and the shot over the top. You're doing good. The fight is good. You're doing good.
Si sigue pulsándolo así, arriba, abajo, está ganando la pelea así. Y un poquito más ángulos, ¿ok? More angles, right, Freddie?
Deep breath.
Very good.
Very good. Very good. Just, hey.
Right here you see Chavez steady at work trying to wear Speak down with those hard left body shots to the liver. That's a shot that makes it very difficult for you to come back and continue in the later rounds of a fight.
Well, through 8 rounds, according to CompuBox, Speak has landed 122 more punches. But those effective, hard power shots to the body outweigh the volume.
I don't know, Bob. You know, you mentioned that the body shots are paying huge dividends, and we think they will or they should later in the fight, and certainly they count when they land. But the real effectiveness of those shots will tell later in the fight whether or not they pay dividends. I'm not sure Chavez is winning these rounds on those body shots. I see Speak still landing a lot of effective shots to the head.
Well, the loud shots are being landed by Chavez Jr.
Right, because the crowd reacts.
Some don't always land, but the crowd reacts.
And see, Speak does not throw any body shots in his combinations. He throws 6 punches, but all 6 are to the head. That's not good for a pro fighter. Now he goes
There's
to the
one
body.
for you, Roy.
Maybe he heard me. I tell you what, Speak didn't come here to give his title up. I can tell you that much. He came in with a game plan to try and win this fight, and he's giving it one heck of an effort.
This the best round, I think, for Chavez in terms of his scoring, maybe more effective shots, more of the effective shots.
I don't think so. I think he got hit this round more than he has before.
Well, as I was saying, that Speak hit him about 6 times.
Because he was taking this fight over, but now he's allowing Speak to get back into it this round.
Speak blocking a lot of that from Chavez Jr. I thought Speak was having a good round, Max.
Yeah, he's having a real good
but
round.
I don't think he was having a ton of bad rounds. I think that he was getting hit a lot in the body, but he was also countering effectively to Chavez Jr.'s head.
But the head shots don't drain you, as you know, Max. The body shots do. And that's why I'm wondering why his corner is not making him go to the body a little bit more. He's going to be in a long fight.
Don't do it anymore. Okay, you all right? Box.
Come to the end of round number 9. Sebastian Speak putting his 160-pound title on the line. We're celebrating the 15-year anniversary of HBO's Boxing After Dark, and the first middleweight fight that we had on Boxing After Dark, Hopkins-Eccles 2.
Hopkins always better in rematches, especially immediate rematches. Here against Eccles after a tough first fight, he dominated. Did the same thing to Robert Allen, Segundo Mercado, Jean Pascal recently.
And just vintage Hopkins. And you mentioned Max in the rematches, even better. Eccles looking at the ref, and Hopkins says, he's not stepping in, I'll finish you off. And you mentioned the Pascal-Hopkins second fight. Well, if you missed the Pascal-Hopkins 2 fight, watch it anytime, anywhere on HBO Go. Register now at hbogo.com and download the HBO Go app today.
Number 10, brother. Number 10.
As we begin round number 10, Once again, we check in with Harold Lederman.
Okay, Bob, I think this is a close fight. I've got it 5 rounds to 4. 86-85, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. You know, it's interesting. They're fighting toe-to-toe. I think that Julio's the stronger guy. I think he's doing more damage. And that's, you know, really, at the end of the round, you got to say to yourself, who hurt the other guy more than the other guy hurt him? And I gave Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. 4 rounds in a row from round 5 to round 8. But in the 9th round, Sebastian Zbik again outworked him. Julio didn't do enough to win the round, so I thought Zbik made it a little bit closer. 5-4, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
And Harold, let me just ask you quickly, you could possibly see it being 5-4 the other way, too,
yeah.
right?
No doubt about it. Absolutely, because this guy is working. He's throwing a lot of punches, just like Max said. But I think really Julio's been landing the hardest shots to the body.
When you're sitting with 3 guys and they all see the fight differently, I'm willing to defer. Not exactly how I see this fight so far, but very good chance it appears I'm wrong.
I tell you, this has been one good fight. Much better than we really expected. We thought Zbik was not going to come out and change like he said he was, but he did change just like he said he was. His game plan has not been the same as normal. He's going forward, he's fighting toe-to-toe, he's throwing big shots, and he's making this a very interesting and tough night for Chavez Jr. Even gave him a taste of his own forearm there.
Great little distance with the forearm, then lands a combination.
And he's absorbing some good shots by Chavez Jr.
Zbik ducks away from a right hook to the head.
See what Zbik just did in the last 10 or 15 seconds? I've seen him do that all night long. And because we anticipate...
Good left hand inside by Zbik.
Yep. Because we anticipate that Chavez is the bigger guy, so his body shots will wear Zbik down. Doesn't mean he gets credit for landing the harder shots unless he's really landing the harder shots. I'm not all the time sure that he is.
Oh, that body shot hurt. You hear him breathing way out here.
That shot was clearly a hard shot.
He took that deep breath and he moved away.
He's breathing way out here.
Now can Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. maybe steal this round? Because Zbik was doing a lot of good work.
As Roy mentioned earlier, it's not just that shot. It's the dozens and dozens of hard body shots that Chavez Jr. has been throwing and landing.
And running him, Zbik don't want to stay close now because of those body shots. Oh, good shot.
If you keep going like that, you're going to knock him down. If you keep going that way, you're going to knock him down. You're going to knock him out. Can you do it? Can you do it?
You give me 3 minutes to that and he's done. All right? Me da un round así y está terminado.
One more round like that and he's finished. He's done. Son. Son to the body.
Abajo, cuerpo, cuerpo.
And there is Sergio Martinez, Max, the former middleweight title holder.
Thinking, please feed one of these guys to me.
Just relax. You have to make more points. He's tired too. He's giving everything. You have to do the same thing. Give it y'all.
11.
Round 11. Sebastian Zbik. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. No knockdowns to this point in the fight. It has been a hard fight for both men.
Well, Chavez Jr. did exactly what we said he should do, which was get closer, close the gap so he doesn't get hit so much, and it allows him to land those big body shots more often on Zbik.
This, if Chavez Jr. can score a stoppage in these next 2 rounds, is sort of a classic Chavez fight. Chavez Jr. like Chavez Sr. light here.
I think it's been that anyway.
Staples Center, Los Angeles, California. Bob Papa, Max Kellerman, Roy Jones, Sebastian Zbik. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. in round number 11. Zbik's 160-pound title on the line. Chavez Jr. has done good work to the body as he throws a body combination again.
You just don't see that real commitment to the body that Jr. has made here very often. And Speak now really wincing in close when Chavez lands the right hand to the body.
Chavez Jr. digging to the body. Speak wants a low blow. Jack Reiff says no, it wasn't.
Some of these shots are straying low, but Speak clearly wants a little break from this stuff.
Without a doubt.
Devastating body work by Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Speak takes another deep breath.
The ones that are really hurting Speak are the right hands that snake under his left elbow.
Yeah, because he's not used to seeing that one and he's not looking for it. So he's not ready for it when it comes.
Well, the second time Chavez Jr.'s been past 10 rounds. 9th time for Speak. 10th time for Speak actually tonight. Chavez Jr. just digs away to that body.
I see the bad part about it for Speak now is that in close, Chavez is digging the harder shots. So it's not like he's landing 1 or 2, he's landing 3 or 4 or 5 harder shots than Speak is landing.
And though Speak is not a puncher even earlier in the fight, the steam is, the snap is off his punches from all the body shots that Chavez has landed.
Yeah, earlier is at least backing Chavez Jr. up a little bit.
Stop, no punching, let each other go.
I think Sebastian Speak just wants this round to end.
Now here are the dividends you were talking about, Bob. For Chavez.
I mean, the amount of body shots. Overall in the fight, the second time through 11 rounds that Chavez Jr. has outlanded Speak in a round.
It's the last round of the fight. Deep breath.
So nice deep breath. Get a good one.
Doing good.
Okay.
You doing good. Are we winning? We won?
Not here.
You gotta finish.
We need this round. All right?
Okay, it's a hard job. You have to do it.
How about drink?
Drink a little bit.
Okay, all right, this is your life. Hey, let's go to work.
Can you win? Can you finish? Let's go.
Chavez Jr., according to Punchzone, has landed 121 shots to the body of Speak.
Does Chavez Jr. need a knockout here to win? His body shots are clearly paying dividends, but as you saw in that graphic moments ago, there are many rounds in this fight where Speak outlanded him 2-1 or better.
And was also much busier in those rounds too, Max. Does Speak have anything left to rally?
He's trying, I tell you that much. Just too bad they won't go to the body enough.
That's because you're holding him.
He could make it a really good fight if he went to the body more.
Pretty damn good fight as it is.
Yeah,
that
well.
one was low. Speak looking for help from the ref. Now he answers back.
Stop punching, that's why. Because you're holding his head.
There was one left hand that was very low, and that's what Speak reacted to, but
No, don't punch there.
let the ref step in. Don't turn.
Or sometimes you have to throw one yourself on the belt line to make the ref come in and warn both of them.
Well, the ref's response to Speak is if you're holding him behind the head, that's where the punch is going to land. See, Speak's doing it right there.
Well, that body shot hurt Speak then.
But isn't some of that...
Right there, they're landing low because Speak is pushing down on the back of Chavez's head. The ref's not going to call that.
But isn't some of that due to Chavez Jr. bringing his head down and almost bull rushing him?
No, maybe,
sometimes.
but Speak is pushing down on it, not letting him up.
Like right there, he got a hold of his head now.
Right.
These boys are really fighting, I tell you that. This is a really good middleweight fight, son. I don't care what language you're in, where you're from, this is a great middleweight fight. Both of these guys came to win tonight.
Stop.
my hat goes off to Speak because he changed his style and made this a very good fight. And it's going to be a hard one to judge.
Let him go, come on, fight. Stop punching, back up.
Cesar Chavez Jr. has showed a lot of heart.
You don't usually see this. The life of privilege doesn't generally tend to lend itself to a prize fighter, to the fight game. But Chavez Jr. led a life of privilege, and he's a real fighter.
Stop, break, step away from each other.
He learned the real things about life.
Tremendous performance
by both fighters.
By Sebastian Speak and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. To the body goes Jr. one more time. Both men exalt as if they're winners. Tremendous performance. You take a look at Harold Lederman's card round by round. He's got Chavez Jr. winning by 4 points. You heard Max's thoughts on some of that earlier. Could go in a lot of different directions. Roy, as we take a look at the judges for tonight's fight. Raul Caiz Jr., 14 title fights. He had Broner's decision over Ponce de Leon, 96-94 for Broner. John Keane from England, 43 title fights. Pascal's technical decision over Dawson. He had scored it for Dawson through 11. Steve Morrow out of California, 14 title fights. Pascal Hopkins won, draw. He scored it for Hopkins by 2 points. Wow, Speak landed some big shots early. Just doesn't have power, only 10 knockouts on his resume, and then had to endure a huge body attack from Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
I tell you what, they didn't hand him no title tonight, even if he gets his decision, because that was a tough performance against a very tough opponent who did not come here to not leave as champion.
Well, will Speak be able to enjoy his 2-week stay in the U.S. after the fight with his belt and a win? Or is Julio Cesar Chavez victorious? Michael Buffer has the judges' scorecards.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at Staples Center, Los Angeles, we go to the score totals. Steve Morrow scores the bout 114, 114 even. Raul Caiz Jr., 115, 113. John Keane, 116 to 112. The winner by majority decision. And new WBC middleweight champion of the world, still undefeated, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
Roy, majority decision for Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. I don't think any real outlandish scores. You know, you could swing around here or there, and maybe it tilts the other guy's way, but a very close competitive fight.
A very close competitive fight. I think you probably may see a rematch in this fight. I think it'd be good for both fighters because it was a very close fight, a very challenging fight, and I think both fighters did a really good job for themselves tonight.
Take a look at the final punch stats in the fight for Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. and Sebastian Speak. Speak was busier. He landed at 47%, 32% for Chavez Jr., who came on late with more volume. Power shots in Speak's favor, 54% to 33% for Chavez Jr., who threw more over the balance of the fight and predominantly to the body. As we zero in on Punch Zone, 143 connects to the body by Chavez Jr. to the left, to the body of Speak. whereas Beek did not attack the body at all. He landed just 29 body shots on the right to the body of Chavez Jr. He used his jab, landed 355 to the head. Close fight, but Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. the winner by majority decision. Max is standing by with the newly crowned champion.
Julio Jr., congratulations on a very exciting fight. It seems, based on the scorecards and the way the last round went, that you needed that last round to win. Did you feel that way going into the 12th?
Bueno, yo sentía que la pelea iba muy pareja. Yo intenté ganar cada round de la pelea. Sabía que iba pareja y salí con todo a ganar el último round porque sabía que era crucial para la pelea.
I thought the fight was pretty even, but I knew I had to come out strong and win the final round. I knew it was very even, but I knew it was crucial that I come out and win that fight to win the battle.
Were you surprised at his aggression? He's usually a much more defensively oriented fighter. He came out pretty fast.
Así es. Tiene una gran guardia. Venía a retener su título. Es un muy buen peleador, pero peleé con todo el corazón y yo dije que este título lo iba a ganar para México.
He's got a great defense and he came to defend his title. He's a great fighter, he's great heart, but I came to win this title for Mexico.
We kept hearing before the fight you were going to fight more on the outside and use your size. But there you were on the inside, throwing the family Chavez body shots. Why?
Lo que pasa es que yo sentí que lo lastimé abajo y seguí me golpeaba el cuerpo. Y creo que esa fue la clave. Ella no podía los últimos rounds de la pelea.
I felt I hurt him to the body, and that was the key, and I felt that he couldn't continue on as the fight went on.
Generally, I hate to discuss sanctioning body belts. However, your father held this belt for many years, and now you have it. Can you tell us what you're feeling about that?
Me siento muy contento por ganar este título y voy a trabajar muy duro porque quiero ser campeón por mucho tiempo y hacer historia para México como lo hizo mi padre.
I'm very happy to win this title. I'm going to work very hard to keep this title as long as possible for Mexico and to keep it as long as my father did.
What did your dad tell you after the fight?
Congratulations, I love you.
Congratulations, Julio. One more thing. Now that you have a belt, the recognized middleweight champion of the world is Sergio Martinez. Do you have any interest at all in fighting Sergio Martinez, the recognized middleweight champion, in the near future?
Yo dije que siendo campeón no iba a reunir a nadie. Si Bob Arum me paga dinero, peleo con quien sea.
I said that as a champion, I would reject no one. If Bob Arum pays me the money, I'll fight whoever.
Congratulations on a very exciting fight and the belt win, Julio Jr.
Gracias, y este título es para todos los mexicanos. Los quiero mucho a todos.
Sebastian, what do you think about the decision? Let's start with that.
Well, what can I say? I knew before that I have to win the fight in a very clear way, so there were many rounds in this fight which were very close, and I know when the round is closed, they give it for Chavez Jr. He's a strong fighter. Congratulations to his new belt, and well, I think the first rounds were mine, but what can I say? I knew before that I would have to win the fight very clear to be successful at the end. But let me say, first of all, thank you to the people of Los Angeles. I was 4 weeks here, I had a great time. Thank you to the crowd. Congratulations again to Julio. And some words in Germany. Vielen Dank an die Leute, die hier mit hergekommen sind. Ihr seid echt die geilsten, die es gibt. Und viele Grüße nach Hause.
Thanks for a very exciting fight, Sebastian. Bob.
All right, Max, a very classy thing by Sebastian Beek, who was here for 4 weeks. He'll stay for 2 more. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Really dug in. We showed the body shots, Roy. As you saw him tonight, the outside game went out the window. He did what he had to do. What are your thoughts after seeing him in person and the way he performed against a very tough fighter in Sebastian Beek?
My thoughts are no different than they were before we came here tonight. He's still Julio Cesar Chavez, although it's junior, not senior, but it's still the same thing in the chest. He has the heart of a champion. He has the mind and the soul of a champion. He refuses to be beaten. He has a will that just is unmatched. So when he goes in the ring and you have a guy who really is not punching hard enough to really hurt him, you're asking for trouble, because he's going to be right there in your face, in your chest all night. I don't care how much boxing they taught him. He came up watching this. He came up with this bred in him. You can't take that out of him in 3 fights.
All right, Max, you know, you were in there with Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. and the impressive performance that he had. Sebastian Zbik, I mean, close rounds. You can't really argue with the scoring. Majority decision. I mean, 1 round or 2 rounds here and the cards are flipped. Your impressions of what you saw out of the son of the great Julio Cesar Chavez?
He needed that 12th round, as it turns out, and he got it on 2 cards. One of them was 10-10, but by winning that 12th round, he won the fight. Let's start with this. Belts are promotional tools nowadays, purely just about promotional tools. The belt that Chavez Jr. just won was stripped from the real middleweight champion of the world. Chavez Jr. is not the champion of anything except for that sanctioning belt. He's not a world champ, and not really so far in the class of the world champ Sergio Martinez. That said, he does have a belt, partly because he has a connection with the fans. You heard them roar. Yes, partly because he's Julio Cesar Chavez Sr.'s son. Clearly, Chavez, the greatest fighter probably in the history of Mexico, certainly the most popular ever. And so that certainly opened doors for Junior. But he has a real charisma, a real connection to the fans, and they to him. And even, listen, he grew up as a rock star. He looks like a rock star. And even if he's more Ziggy Marley than Bob, Ziggy had some hits. I like some Ziggy Marley songs. And maybe Chavez Jr. is going to have some, too. Maybe this was a hit here tonight, just about.
Oh, you got Ziggy Marley in the show tonight, and you got Dale Bearer. Pretty good. Nice segues, Max. You know, we've been talking about Julio Cesar Chavez, the great Mexican champion, and then his son performing tonight. Roy Jones, a decorated champion in your own right. You went to Moscow a couple weeks ago, fought Denis Lebedev, got stopped in that fight. Are you going to keep going at the fight game?
Yeah. Am I going to keep going? I don't know. That's a good question. First, I want to say, though, on Chavez's part is he does not determine who fights for the titles. He is a world champion. He did win a world belt tonight. He does make him the WBC middleweight champion of the world, and that they can't take away from him. In the books, tonight he goes down as the world middleweight champion, so he is a world champion.
All right, but what about Roy Jones, all right, in that fight? I know you want to forget it. I know you don't. I know it was tough.
Let me say this. The fight against Lebedev was a great fight. What got me was I went 10 rounds with #1 cruiserweight southpaw at that, off of a year and a month layoff. So, I mean, it's kind of hard. I don't want to continue to go necessarily, but I do love to win. So I'm not trying to continue to stay around this game too long. However, when you see people, and I'm competitive, I must say. So when you see somebody as old as Bernard Hopkins continue to go, it only makes you say, well, what you got to stop for? But at some point, you do have to start pulling back. So, you know, I look at it. If I probably go back into some film or something, then maybe I'll find something else to do. But if not, I don't want to be one of these guys who's around here doing nothing or doing bad things because I got the energy to do something good. You feel me? So, and I must say, in Moscow, they made me feel really good. That fight was a fight about showing people that you also have to be able to step out the box, do different things to make a change sometimes. God wanted me to go to Moscow to see that in Moscow, I'm a bigger person or a bigger name than I am even in the United States of America. I have never felt like for one day that I was Michael Jackson. In Moscow, I felt like I was Michael Jackson. So when you get an opportunity like that to come up, anybody, no living man alive can't tell me he wouldn't want to be treated like he was Michael Jackson after making the Thriller album for one day.
All right, so it sounds like you're leaving the door open if there's the right opportunity, right?
You better believe it.
There you go. All right, thanks, Roy.
Thank you.
Hey, sensational performance tonight by Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., winning a majority decision against a very game and tough Sebastian Zbik. Let's not forget about Mikey Garcia. I mean, what a tremendous performance as he stops his opponent tonight, Rafael Guzman, in the 4th round. Guzman took the fight on short notice, but Garcia showed his pedigree once again with the devastating right hand. We look forward to seeing that 23-year-old in the future as he got his 26th win and 22nd knockout. If you missed any of tonight's telecast, you can catch it in its entirety at the dates and times listed below.